You had an okay time, not a great time.
Yeah, well, I had an okay time. I thought I was having a pretty good time, but your producer over here set me up.
In what way?
Along with his pal Liam. Well, I was talking to this cute girl there, and they're like, yeah.
Well, I've never seen before, ever.
Yeah, I've never seen her before.
Is she an intern, or?
No, she works in the accounting department.
She's a full-time employee here.
Beautiful?
She was a cute girl.
Beautiful in accounting is perfect.
So I'm talking to her.
Yeah.
Everything's going great. And she's like, we should, because we live near, she's like, we should do stuff, blah, 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 whatever. I can't remember her name. Luckily, Hicks and Liam were nice enough to remind me of it. I go back over to her. I talk to her for like another 20 minutes. Things are going great. Then I go back to them. They're like, oh, yeah, she's a boyfriend the whole time. We knew this. We just let you watch.
Yeah, it was fucking funny.
It ain't permanent. But here's the thing. Like, normally you say, oh, don't, date anyone from work and trouble. Accounting department's okay, though, because they're kind of locked in there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I couldn't even tell you one person who works in accounting.
I
don't even know where it is. Night.
Yeah, apparently it's somewhere on the 37th floor, which is where our office is. I don't know why I wouldn't have seen these people already.
This chick was acting like she worked in like a social hotbed. She's like, stop by my desk. A lot of people do. I was like, where is it? And she told us, and we had no idea where it was. She's like, near the pantry upstairs. And I was like, what?
We got a pantry up there?
I don't think we do. Apparently, the accounting people know about it. I don't.
So you're going to try to hook up with her sometime?
Yeah, I'll stop by her desk. I'll say hello.
Well, are you going to try to hook up with her outside of the office?
Yes.
Even though she has a boyfriend?
Well, yeah, I'm assuming he'd be there too. She has a lot of friends, so meet some of them.
But you're not interested in making friends. You're interested in her.
Yeah, or another cute girl like her that she would be friends with that's not in a relationship and therefore easier to be with.
You're really desperate right now.
No, I mean,
this whole thing just
I don't want
desperation.
No. I'm just saying I don't want to be a guy that like walks in and be like, I'm going to ruin their relationship. That's not what I'm about. So,
but you're saying she's a cute girl. She probably has cute friends.
I would think.
So since you've been here in New York, you haven't really met a lot of girls.
The girls I've met are girls I hang out with are pretty much the girls I was hanging out with in college because a lot of people from school moved down.
And you want to get out of that.
Yeah.
You want to get out of that into some.
It becomes like inbreeding at a certain point.
Oh, it is inbreeding. You've got to be very careful of that. I know it's not incestuous in the purest sense of it, but it gets that way. So I think you do want to limit that. Now, it's great to see people from college once a year, check in, but that I'm still hanging out thing.
Yeah.
Even though we've all moved to New York, what's the point of moving to New York if you're going to treat it like Syracuse?
Same fucking people.
What kind of chick are you looking for?
I like blondes and brunettes and
redheads.
Yeah, I might as well throw them in there too.
I like Chinese chicks and black chicks and Swedish girls.
Narrows it down.
I mean, I just like somebody. I always used to tell people I wanted somebody who was smaller than me and flingable, which makes it a very small woman apparently. Because for me,
you don't have a lot of upper body.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you want to throw a woman around?
Yeah, but not like aggressively. Just like somebody you can pick up and hug and that type of stuff.
So you want a pixie?
Sure.
You want a tiny little, almost dwarf?
Yeah.
You want to date a dwarf?
Yeah, she's gonna be. Yeah.
Or you're a pedophile.
She's going to be down with sarcasm, too.
Maybe you want to... Well, if she is down with that, she won't like you because your shit's so fucking far from hitting the target. But maybe what you want to... This might be perfect for you as a deaf mute. Someone who doesn't know the dumb shit you're saying or,
Yeah, you just can't fucking figure it out.
Have you ever dated a retarded girl or special needs in any way? It might be good.
Is that legal?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know, because couldn't they be like, did they consent to this?
You can't rape them.
Oh, well, no, I'm not saying like if you...
I mean, you can't get you can't trick them into saying that your penis is a lollipop. That's fucking wrong. I don't know where you're going. All right, so you have a problem because, and this is a weird thing, Hicks.
Yeah.
This kid, Mark Zito, he loves romantic comedies and he sees the world. You want to live in a romantic comedy.
I think it'd be nice. Everything seems to tie up nicely at the end of every romantic comedy, and I would like life to come together like that.
Well, so for you want to meet a girl. Mm-hmm. You're getting along great.
Yeah.
Then there's a misunderstanding. Then you want to go back and tell the girl.
Grand gesture.
Right.
Bam.
Bam, and get her
Marriage.
back from there.
Yeah, that's
what would a big grand gesture for you be?
I don't know. You never know, but there's gotta, in all these movies, there's gotta be like a lot of people around. You gotta be like singing on a truck in a parade or some crazy shit. It's specific to the situation. It's always something that makes the audience say, oh.
See, romantic comedies can fuck guys up.
Yeah, because it's...
Well, first of all, they've already fucked girls up. They have fucked girls up as much as Prince Charming.
Yeah, everything needs an audience, and every woman in all these fucking movies it's like a producer for a TV show or a journalist.
Well, here's the weird thing, and I've talked about romantic comedies before. It should be the one thing that we relate to. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what life is about. You don't normally run into people with guns or terrorists or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, there's not normally robots. So you think that a romantic comedy would be like, well, this is great. I've been in these situations. I can relate. And yet, in many ways, the romantic comedy is further from reality than a disaster film, Transformers, Tron. You know what I mean? Like, romantic comedies are less connected to the world.
No, without a doubt. It's crazy town. It's the things that happen in these films would never happen in real life.
And then you also run into this problem. You're watching this movie, and just as you want to lean over to the girl and say, "Do you believe this dog shit?" You see a tear coming down her eye. So you'll either do two things. Number one, make the gigantic fucking mistake of, really, you like this shit, which is, a mood killer, or the lie of, yeah, it is good,
Yeah, I could see why you like this.
And now you're living a lie, too.
Yeah, and then you just feel like
Was
shit.
there ever a romantic comedy that your chick got into? And
all right, it was for Benicio del Toro. I guess it was the Man on Fire. Things we lost in the fire. Yeah, she's like, we gotta see this movie. Benicio's in it.
Not only,
and the Wolfman.
I won't be able to tell you a single fucking thing about that movie, because when I saw the trailer, I'm like, this actually even looks sad.
Yeah.
It's not even like, I don't even know if that has a name, but instead of like where the com should be, it's like romantic tragedy.
Yeah,
like,
it was pretty downer.
Oh, that's fucking impossible to deal with. Here's Bill. Bill, you're on the Run of Fez show.
The best thing about romantic comedies is their jobs don't seem to matter at all. It's just you have to run after her and just do all the shit that wouldn't happen in real life.
Not only that, they have an amazing amount of free time in a romantic comedy, even if the guy is a chef. There's always, I don't know what it is, but now women love chefs. Mm-hmm. So there's always a chef, and I'm like, I know chefs. They work 20 hours a fucking day, 7 days a week. They're not making great breakfasts for their fucking girlfriend and then going away to fucking...
3-month-long fucking vacations.
Yeah, they take vacations. I'm like, most chefs I know are like, I haven't been able to get out of here in fucking 6 years.
Exactly.
And money, never an option, never an object either.
No, there is always the last second vacation. You know what? Let's get out of here. Let's go to Jamaica. No one's ever like, that fucking thing has ever come.
Let's just drop 10 grand on a whim.
I got you a blimp. It has your name on it. Say I love you.
Yeah, where do you even get that? Or how do you put that together? But, the other point is, too, is like, no one ever comes home from their job and is like, I'm fucking exhausted. You know what I mean? Even on Friends, which is like, they all felt great when they got home from work. Not one of them was like, dude, I can't. I'm so fucking tired.
Worked a 15-hour shift.
Yeah, no one ever fucking feels all that good. Here is Adam. Adam, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, I will have to stick up for Love Actually. I mean, the beauty of that is there's about 12 individual romantic comedies all tied into one big romantic comedy.
Well, Love Actually is written by that same guy who writes all the British romantic comedies.
Working title productions, right?
Yeah, and they did, I think, about, just like a ton of these, but the biggest one was that 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Richard Curtis?
Yeah, Richard Curtis is the guy. And he might already be Sir Richard Curtis. Oh. But read off like some of his rom-com work.
Bridget Jones' Diary.
Which is gigantic with the women.
Yeah, huge.
Go ahead.
4 Weddings and a Funeral, we said. Notting Hill.
Notting Hill is another guy who, he runs his own bookstore, has a ton of time, and he and all of his friends get together for really terrific meals and great talk. Now, here's another thing that they do in romantic comedies. There'll be 10 people sitting around a dinner table. They're having deep conversation, and not one of them is trying to fuck it up or change the conversation to sports. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, like normally if there's 10 people sitting around, and this happened at Fez's party, you look over, and a couple people have broke off on their own. And they're like, I know I'm here with you guys, but we're talking over here.
Yeah, it's individual thought. It's not just fucking group think for fucking 6 hours long.
Here is Kyle. Kyle, you're on Run of Fez.
You gotta love airport security in romantic comedies. The girl of my dreams is getting on this plane. Please let me through.
Go ahead. The guy who's, wait, you in love with her? Go ahead.
I believe in this.
There are just strangers who somehow
super helpful.
Yeah, or like, I'm gonna do everything I can to get you two back together. And then they do that lie of, I once had a girl. Yeah, sure you did. Right. Shut up, helpful black guy who's oddly wise beyond what he should be. Even though you're a doorman at a fucking hotel, you suddenly will tell me that one thing.
He's worldly.
Let's go over here to Marty. Marty, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Ron. I just want to make a quick point. Take the Apartment, for instance. That was a romantic comedy, but a very serious one. It was made in 1959. And I just think that, you look at what you have today as pure treacle, for instance.
Well, you've come up with a really great point. The great Billy Wilder fucking wrote and directed that. It was brilliant. And it did not follow formula. So the stuff that Zito is calling a romantic comedy is somewhat newer. Because really, if someone said to me, oh, do you like romantic comedies? I would always say no. And yet some of my favorite fucking films of all time could fall into that
could
genre.
Be classified. I think it started like in the 90s with Julia Roberts, with those fucking
Julia Roberts
movies.
is a problem.
Meg Ryan, too.
Meg Ryan.
Oh, yeah. Sleepless in Seattle, I guess.
Well, there's this Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks thing. And the fucking problem there is that was a comedy that you could watch with your chick. You're like, all right, I'm going to watch this. It's a little painful. Even if you hate it, those fucking films, they're light years better than the ones that you're forced to watch now. I mean, some of those people are downright obnoxious. Mm-hmm. Some of these women that you want to scream out, I hope you never get anyone. The one that was in, what was the Apatow movie where they got knocked up?
Knocked up.
Okay, there you go. Perfect. That was perfect. All right, so the girl in that. Now, in my opinion, that's an acceptable fucking movie. Knocked Up. She has spun off and done 6 horrible movies.
The 27 Dresses and all that bullshit.
That's the one that I'm in. You can't. That's a great movie.
Yeah, okay.
It really is. It's far from fucking. I mean, it's.
I actually thought that was a passable romantic comedy because it had some stuff that was like a little.
In it.
All right, give me your, because you're a modern romantic comedy guy.
All right, ones that I actually like. I like Definitely Maybe.
What?
What's this one?
They ran on HBO a bunch. It has Ryan Reynolds, Elizabeth Banks, and Isla Fisher in it. It's good.
Was he fat in the beginning of that?
No, that's Just Friends. That movie sucks.
All right, so Ryan Reynolds is
Mr. Romantic Comedy when he's not playing superheroes.
And that's why people are mad at him for playing the superhero, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't see him that way. All right, so I don't know that one.
Okay, 500 Days of Summer.
500 Days of Summer, I would actually argue, is not romantic because it's actually a little smarter because the guy is an idiot and thinks he's in a romance, but he never is.
Oh, that evil bitch.
Summer.
Well, I liked My Name's Autumn.
Oh, don't ruin it. That's the last line of the movie for people.
Good. Don't watch
like
it.
A 90
don't
minute
watch
setup.
it.
That's all it is.
Except for this stupid joke at the end where the next girl he meets' name is fucking Autumn when he was dating a girl named Summer. It was terrible.
All right, see, this is why you're not going to be a good reviewer because you can't.
No, that'll be the first line of the fucking review.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. But here's the thing that works about it. Here's the thing that works. The guy wants to treat the world like it's a romantic comedy, and he's a dick. He's not paying attention, so it's kind of, it's kind of surreal and working of like, look, wake up, motherfucker. It's a subversive little fucking movie.
Nice.
All right, let's move on.
Okay. Other romantic comedies I enjoy.
Yeah.
I like Hitch.
I can't even discuss that.
What?
I was at Will Smith is just a likable guy, and Eva Mendes. What
if you go to see a movie because the broad's hot, that's
all right.
That's never a reason to fucking defend yourself watching a film.
Yeah, they're all.
Is it reason to say you'll jack to it if it's on HBO though?
There you go. All right.
It's all formula. They all have formulas.
Well, Hitch is the one where he teaches King of Queens how to pick up whip broads, right?
All right, here's Cocky in Texas. You're on Fez. Yeah, that's the one. Cocky.
Yeah. Katherine Heigl in The Ugly Truth. She is the shiznit, brother. What?
No,
that movie was terrible.
No, let's be honest about her. She is very attractive, but she is not sexy.
No, she's a cold fish.
Yeah, so it's a fucking problem. Oh, and have you seen the spy movie, the Mr. and Mrs.
Oh, with Ashton Kutcher?
Oh, my God, is that fucking dead. Most of these things you only see when they're on HBO.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, that one's called Killers, right?
Spread? Is it called Spread?
It's actually probably worse than Spread.
No.
It's probably I saw Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and I want to do it myself.
Fucking Ashton Kutcher's a weirdo.
And then that Tom Cruise just did a Mr.
No,
and Mrs.
Night and Day.
Oh, God. I'm night, and she's day. All right, give me another one that you like.
What else? I kind of like When Harry Met Sally. It's like that old, it's Rob Reiner. It's got that whole business. I think that's a good one.
The place down on 2nd Avenue, the deli, the Cat's Deli, people still go there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every time I've ever been there, people are talking about that movie, and it's like 25 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they're doing the, and then somebody will go, I'll have what you, and I'm like, I just want a fucking sandwich. These places, New York is used for so many fucking things like that, that you wonder if we're just a big movie fucking lot now.
Basically.
Steve, you're on my face.
Hey, I have to go back all the way to the 90s to find a romantic comedy that's barely watchable, and that's Beautiful Girls. I think it was Timothy Hutton, Matt Dillon.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's a romantic comedy. It's more like a buddy movie.
Yeah.
It's a kind of that second of coming of age thing.
Yeah. Sexy young Natalie Portman.
That actually brings up an interesting point, because now they're making what I guess people call bromantic comedies, like that. Knocked Up would be one. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah, but these are buddy comedies. They've been around forever, Unfortunately, they're not cops anymore. But it used to be, we're two cop friends. And,
no, it's one of the
look,
guys.
we're stopping by so I can prove to the audience I'm not gay. Here's my chick that's mad at me. You have to have that girl who's like, where have you been? You're supposed to be. He's like, I'm sorry, baby. So you have to have that, or else everyone will go, wait, are these two guys homos?
This is weird. I don't like this. Are they going to make out with each other in the last scene?
All right, give me the all-time favorite, bigger-than-life romantic comedy.
I'm afraid after the Meg Ryan Tom Hanks discussion, but my favorite, You've Got Mail.
What?
I don't even think that's the best of. I think that's the third of the three things that they did together.
What did they do? They did Sleepless in Seattle, You've Got Mail, and what was the third one?
Sleepless in Seattle, and then they were in that. It was a very strange island movie. Let me think of it. They went off to an island. He was very depressed at the beginning of it. Fez, you know what I'm talking about here?
Is it Joe versus the Volcano?
Thank you, Joe versus the Volcano. Here's William. William, you're on Fez.
You guys missed the worst part of 500 Days of Summer. I had to turn it off 12 minutes into the movie when he takes advice from his 12-year-old sister.
That was the nod to Catcher in the Rye. That was the Catcher in the Rye scene. And everything that they did in that film was based on that kind of stuff. So again, if you had read before, you're like, oh, I see where he's going with this, And then she ended up being the little girl in Kick-Ass, and then all you guys now love her.
Well, she says cunt, Ron.
Oh, all right.
It's crazy when a child says it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Pat, Alabama, you're on Fez.
Yeah, I got the
The Bounty Hunter with Jennifer Aniston. She's hot. She's always going to be hot.
I never saw this film, so I can't even comment.
Well,
but I hated the trailer.
Yeah, it's the guy from 300, and she's his ex-wife. But he has to put bounties on her head. And he has to go bring her back.
It's terrible. I see pretty much every romantic comedy that comes out, and being like,
no, wait, do you see it in the theater?
I will go see a lot of them in the theater. I'll go alone because then no one knows you're there, and you can just leave the theater like you're leaving a crime scene, which is good. I just run out and just like.
Have you ever seen it with a buddy? Have you ever went to a romantic comedy with a buddy?
No.
Now again, people will say, I like romantic comedies, but if you really look at it, the Albert Brooks films are romantic comedies, and they're fucking genius. Most of the Woody Allen films are romantic comedies, and they're genius. Mm-hmm. The Billy Wilders are fucking genius. We just don't do it. The problem is when we've kind of replaced that kind of thinking with a Freddie Prinze Jr. You know what I mean? That's when you know you're into shit.
Would Chasing Amy be a romantic comedy?
I think it's a romantic comedy. I think Chasing Amy is a romantic comedy. Now, it probably wouldn't show up in that because Kevin Smith has his own, kind of genre or whatever. Oh, it's a Kevin Smith film.
Yeah.
But really, I think even Jersey Girl would be a romantic comedy. I think Kevin Smith leans, and even Mallrats.
Yeah, Mallrats. He was trying to get the girl back.
Romantic comedy, and in an odd way, Clerks is somewhere like Beautiful Girls, a romantic comedy and a buddy kind of coming of age comedy. So yeah, I mean and then Zack and Miri is definitely a fucking romantic comedy.
Yeah.
So normally guys are like, I like Kevin Smith films, but I think like life, you lean towards that, and I think it makes perfect sense if you're going to write about what you know. Why wouldn't you write about people connecting, no matter what it was
relationships,
about? Here is Pat. You're on Fez.
Yeah. How about As Good as It Gets?
All right, that's a very good one because that's a James Brooks film, and he's got a new movie that's a rom-com, and it's a $120 million romantic comedy. This is how much fucking money he spends on it.
Oh, Christ.
It's called How Do You Know? I think it's out today, isn't it?
It probably is out today. If not, next week.
Yeah, it's out today. It's got Owen Wilson. It's Paul
Witherspoon.
Give me a Rotten Tomato on that immediately.
All right.
Search, hurry up and search romantic comedy.
Looks like 36%.
Oh!
I'll be there.
Oh, that would hurt. You're going to send me an email, whether it's watchable or not.
Okay.
Reese Witherspoon looks really hot in it. That's about it.
Yeah, but you can't use that as an excuse to
I'm not
guys,
using it as an excuse.
Guys that call and be like, I saw The Bounty Hunter, Jennifer Aniston was hot. Like, you can't be like, oh, I want to see because there's a hot woman in it. I don't
Why
think
not? Why doesn't that work?
Because it's like, why don't you just go look at porn? Why would you bother watching this movie?
Because there's like stuff that you're stuck into watching a real movie. Why not have an attractive woman? You know what I mean? Like, that there's some fucking stuff that you got to watch. You just can't watch porn constantly.
It's nonstop jackhammering.
All right. What is the fucking purpose of this? Julie, you're on Fez.
Hi, Ronnie. You guys are missing the obvious one. It's Moonstruck with your buddy Danny.
Oh. Danny Aiello is in Moonstruck. And also, believe it or not, it's one of the really great Nick Cage roles when he's doing that.
Oh.
I bake bread! He's fucking amazing in that. Yeah.
Thank you.
There's also a Danny Aiello thing where he's like a fucking baby when he's getting on the plane, and she's like, now do you have your menstrual? And he's like checking his pockets like he's on his first day to fucking school. Nate, you're on Fez.
Hey, buddies. I've never seen it, but a bunch of my guy friends rave about Princess Bride.
Well, first of all, women love Princess Bride, and men, it's a great opportunity for men to see Andre the Giant.
Oh, hell yeah. He's great.
So that, you're like, it's Andre, and you're very fucking happy with it. Here is Sean. Sean, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ronnie. Hey, what about There's Something About Mary?
All right, interesting point there, because I don't think that's for, like, regular women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it probably leans more towards gross jokes than the normal kind of romantic comedy jokes.
Well, there's jizz everywhere.
Yeah.
And Brett Favre.
There's got to be. See, here's one of the things they do with romantic comedy. It's a nice guy. He can't find his way through life, and he's awkward. He's always saying and doing the wrong things.
But he's a good man, though, and he deserves love.
I always like that thing where they act like we're at home, supposed to believe that they're not going to get together.
Oh, yeah.
During the last scene before they're together, they're always walking around very lonely.
Mm-hmm. It's like a montage of just like, will they find each other?
Yeah, and we're
maybe
going,
not.
Yes, they will.
I don't know,
but
though.
They fucking do, because
they're
you
not
guys
in the same place.
Paint by number hacks.
No, well, do you remember? But when they don't do that, it kind of sucks. Like, yeah, you'll be watching a movie and you know it's follows a formula. So you'll be watching and be like, all right, when's the fight going to happen? But do you guys remember that movie, The Breakup, with Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston? Originally they shot the ending where they just didn't get together. People hated it, so they had to reshoot this little, like, they just glance at each other and you're thinking, something might happen. It's awful. I don't want to see a movie about real life. Like, if they made a movie about a real relationship, it'd be like, oh, at the end, they're not together. And you'd be like, what happened?
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
didn't
Mind.
work out.
That's a real fucking relationship.
I get that, but what's that?
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. There you go. There's a fucking movie about a real relationship.
And it's kind of a rom-com. You know, it's a science fiction, romantic, horror thing. But, yeah. But, see, here's the thing. Why do you want to watch every movie that ends the same way? It's like being a baby where you read, and then they lived happily ever after. And let me tell you something. Out of all the lies that they told us when we were kids, the Santa Claus, the George Washington never told a lie, all the Tooth Fairy, they lived happily ever after is the biggest fucking lie, because that's not true. No one lives happily ever after, even people who stay together for 80 years. It still has some sadness in it. And they should just have said to kids, and then they lived. The prince and the princess got together, and they lived a life. Because what happens is, you know, you'll be sailing along in relationships, and people go, I wanted this to be the dream fucking relationship. No, it's still life, you know? Your friend's going to get hit by a fucking car and get killed. Something can happen here and there. You know, no matter what you get, you're going to fucking run into trouble. Ruben, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, that's why Broadcast News is a great movie, because spoiler alert, at the end, they don't get together.
All right, that's another James L. Brooks film. Broadcast News was definitely a romantic comedy and was definitely a brilliant film. Well written, and Albert Brooks in that was fucking phenomenal. It's really a great fucking point about no matter how smart you are, you're better off being born with fucking good, attractive genes, because he was getting fucked over. Here is Pete in Columbus. Sherman.
Hey, buddies. Talking about romantic comedies, what about that Adam Sandler 51st Date? That's pretty good.
Women love that 51st. People love Adam Sandler in a way that's almost it can't even be measured.
Oh no,
women love
unstoppable.
him.
Oh yeah,
and he doesn't have those kind of, you know, movie star looks or whatever. He kind of talks stupid sometimes, and women just line up to see him.
And now he's coming out with another rom-com with.
He's the king of the rom-coms.
Yeah. He fucking rules.
He's also smart that as his audience has gotten older, he's added little kids to the mix. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's like
non-stop, yeah.
He's having trouble with those kids.
But he's funny. He'll charm them over.
Richard, you're on the Run of Fizz show.
Hey, Ronnie, I'm cheating a little bit here, but The British Office is my favorite all-time rom-com. The love story is absolutely watchable. The show is brilliant.
I will agree that there was one part of the show that was definitely a romantic comedy.
Yeah. Him and Pam or whatever his name.
Yeah, whatever they were called over there, where they were just like two normal-looking people, not fucking gorgeous people who happen to work in an office together.
And it's great that they didn't even get, spoiler alert, they didn't even get them back together until the Christmas special that came out like a year or two later. That was just fucking, and it ended perfectly. It was, it's so good.
Because it puts a bow on things when people get together.
What do you need a bow on things for?
I personally like it. Like, if the characters don't get together, it's kind of just like, oh, we ran out of tape. We're just stop following their lives now. Like, those are just two people who hate each other.
But see, here's the interesting thing about knowing Zito. You could fucking talk to Zito and ask questions that you wouldn't ask a girl because he is a girl. Like, no fucking guy would ever say, no guy would ever say, it puts a little bow on it.
No. I would never.
Because a guy doesn't know a bow fucking goes on things.
I'm sorry, I'm not a man.
One time I remember, I didn't know about the bow. I fucking gave a girl a fucking present when I was younger. It was just wrapped up with fishing string.
Yeah, hey.
And I go, I don't know if this is wrapped good.
Whatever.
She goes, what is this? I go, here, I got a knife. I'll cut through it for you. It's underwear, so I hope you like it. It's really fucking soft underwear.
Sexy.
You like romantic comedies above all else?
Yeah, comedies, romantic comedies. Yeah, romantic comedies, favorite type of movie.
Todd, you're on Fez.
What is this, Chick Frick Friday?
Oh!
I don't think you should have to hide what he likes.
In a dark pit.
I'm not ashamed.
All right, we got a break here. Coming up.